Hello and welcome to another episode of... That was pretty weak, wasn't it?
Streaming Without.
That was weak.
I came in real weak. You want me to do it?
No, you can if you want. It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's try it. I've never done it. You ready?
No, let's shift it up. We're going to mix it up. Go ahead.
Done it. Hello and welcome to another episode of Streaming Without a Paddle. I am Ted.
And I'm Andrew, and it looks like I just lost the intro job.
Let's talk about eternity.
What Todd's talking about there is the Apple TV original Eternity romance comedy, 1 hour, 53 minutes, now airing on Apple TV, starring
Miles Teller, Elizabeth Olsen, and Callum Turner as the leads, with Divine Joy Randolph, who's always awesome. And then I guess the only other people that are really in it a lot are Olga Marid. I don't remember that person. John Early.
Yeah, John Early. He was in it. Yeah, it's those five.
Yeah,
three principals and two supporting cast members,
and they're all great.
Yeah. All right, I'll take what this is about. This is an after death movie, as you can tell by the name, Eternity. I like this setup, and I'm just going to go ahead. This is the synopsis. Miles Teller is married. Character Larry is married to Elizabeth Olsen's character Joan. It's Joan's second marriage. She was married to Callum Turner before she was married to Miles Teller, who goes by the name of Luke in this movie. But they weren't married long. Luke was in the military, and he was in the Korean War, and he got killed. And so Elizabeth Olsen's character Joan remarries Larry, played by Miles Teller, and they live a wonderful life together. They have two kids and
grandkids.
And they're just getting grandkids. Yeah. And Larry dies. Larry dies and goes on to heaven. And there's a little twist in that involved with that. And he doesn't go to heaven. I'm sorry.
No, he goes to
the junction.
Yes,
it's
in this world,
right.
What we would call purgatory is you have to pick a forever eternity place to go. Be that the mountains, be that the beach, be that, wherever you want to go. Oh, I want to go to German. That was funny, though. They were like, I want to go to 1950s Germany without Nazis. I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
They had a lot of funny things in this. This was a funny movie.
Right. Whatever you can think of, you basically can go there. And here's the other thing too, is when you pass on, you go to the junction, which is the beginning of eternity, as your happiest self.
Yeah.
So like Larry, played by Miles Teller, he was up there. He was in his late 70s, early 80s, I would say, when he croaks at the beginning of this movie. But when he gets to eternity or the junction, he is his 30s.
No, late 30s.
36, I think it was, to be exact.
My happiest year, if I were to think.
Yeah.
I thought about that, and I was like, when I was watching it, I was like,
well, I was going to ask you.
Yeah,
You're just checking the boxes off on me today, Ted.
I'm coming in hot.
I'm going to sit over here and be quiet.
No, I thought about that a lot. I even paused it and thought, and I was like, as much as I very much love my life now, I think I would be 33.
Okay.
Because that's when I was like in the heat of being on a bunch of different shows and things and all that. And right. I know that if I think about my happiest time, that is probably my happiest time. I started dating Paige the first time.
Okay.
And then 15 years later, we got married. But yeah, I think that would be my favorite. You?
I too thought about it. And I don't think you can help yourself not thinking about that in this movie. If you watch it, you're going to think, what would I... Because you don't really get to choose. You just show up at the junction as that age. So, the world, the universe, it deems, it understands, it knows when you were the happiest. And so you come back as that at that age. So I would say that I'm just guessing here, but it would be my early 20s, early to mid 20s, somewhere in there. I think that's probably when I would come back. I was, so I was doing a lot of movie stuff then, and I was just happy as lark. Had my Jeep, and it was I went out to L.A. the first time, and so that'd probably be it.
It's good to know both of us have basically the same exact. We're both like, when I was doing a lot of stuff in Los Angeles with movies and TV shows.
Yeah, I think that would probably, because I didn't have a lot of worries either. I didn't think about the crap that bogs you down when you get old.
Yeah, like a mortgage.
A mortgage and insurance and taxes and all those things that didn't seem to care back then. You really care about that now. So anyway, yeah, I'd come back then. Now that brings up the next question, Ted. Before we get into we get into the nuts and bolts about this movie, where would you go? Where would you spend eternity?
Man, I don't want to ruin the end of this movie, so I have to
I don't know how you could say that. I mean, because if you just tell me where you would go for eternity, where would be your eternity place?
Man, that's.
You don't have to put a year to it, but just put the location.
I think it's so part of me, I thought about this over and over again. Part of me is like, I really love Vermont, and I love working at this camp, and but I don't want to do that for eternity. I don't want to work at a camp for eternity.
Right. But it wouldn't seem like eternity.
Yeah,
I gather that from watching this movie. While it might be eternity, it doesn't seem like eternity.
And you would get so bored and just the beach or the mountains. You're like, oh.
Well, where were you when you were 33, the happiest? L.A.
Los Angeles.
Okay.
I'd like to have a little bit nicer house, but Los Angeles, running around, doing movies and hanging out.
I guess in their eternity, everything's kind of nice.
Yeah, so I guess mine would be early 2000s Los Angeles.
Okay.
2011 Los Angeles was a nice, happy memory.
I would love mid-20s Andrew in Spain.
Okay. But another part that I did think about is if I didn't have to get up every day and go do, a job, then living in my eternity of where I live right now is probably pretty good. Okay. You just get up and go do your thing and have, every one of those places looked like it was the best version of that.
Right.
So it's wherever you went, as long as you're not in clown world or something like that.
Well, for some people, that might be it. They want to be clowns.
Part of me thinks that
Do you think flat earthers want to be on a round?
Probably. That's good. I think a lot of people would be I just want to go back to my life, but be young again. Don't you think? With their loved ones and with everyone, because but that's not what happened.
No.
Your loved ones aren't there. And they were like, when they said that, can we go to where my parents are?
Can I see my parents?
Yeah, and they go, yeah, but I don't think you want that eternity forever. Then you're stuck with your parents forever. And that's accurate.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going on the record on that.
No, I love my parents, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. Now, all right. So which brings us to the next question, which involves this movie. So what happens is when Miles Teller gets to the junction, he has what they call, and this is where Divine Joy Randolph comes in. She is his afterlife coordinator. Mm-hmm. She helps him get from the junction into his eternal space, wherever he wants to go. Now, so when he gets there, there's something that his character Larry knows, and let's just say personality-wise, Larry's pretty carefree, and he's not a boat rocker and that kind of thing. So you have a certain amount of time when you get to eternity in this movie to make up your decision, or at the juncture, you have a certain amount of time, a week, That's not a spoiler by any means. To determine where you want to go. So but you don't have to. Well, you find out you don't have to go there.
Yeah, you can work there.
So you can work at the junction, just like Divine Joy characters, or Divine Joy Randolph's character, Anna does as an afterlife coordinator, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a bar there, and in that bar, and this isn't a spoiler, in this bar is Luke, the first husband of Joan. And he's been waiting for 65 years since he died in the war for Joan to show up.
I think I would probably hang out for a while and do some menial job before I moved on.
Yeah.
Because I would be pretty lonely in eternity without my wife.
Okay.
I would be pretty lonely. But that begs the difference of we don't like the same vacation spot, so that means I'd have to... Yeah, she's like, I love the beach and the desert. And I'm like, I hate both of them.
Right. Well, so Miles and Miles' character, Larry, and Callum's character, Luke, they're at the junction when Joan arrives. And so she is now faced with the dilemma of having to choose who she wants to spend eternity with, and that is her first husband, Luke, or her last husband, Larry, for whom she has had 65 years of marriage and 2 children and grandchildren now. And so she is in a conundrum, and this is a process. This movie is about the process of Joan trying to figure out who, if either one of them, she wants to spend her eternity with. Done. There's the synopsis of this movie. Spoiler free.
Yes.
Because it's all written right there. And
I had texted you this, but I'm going to say it on the podcast right now.
Go ahead.
The most unbelievable thing about this movie is that we're like, Miles Teller's so much uglier than Callum Turner. It doesn't make a lick of sense. All they do is talk about Callum Turner like he's a model. And I'm like, that dude looks normal. That dude has big ears. It's fine. Good looking guy. Nothing to write home about. If they were going to do that and keep hitting it over the head and over the head,
right,
it needed to be someone ridiculously attractive.
Well, I didn't want to get into a text war with you here, but I understood why they chose those two. Because Miles Teller, while the two are theoretically the same age, I think Miles Teller in the movie, Larry's a little younger than Luke's character. But I think they did that intentionally because Callum Turner possesses a very strong 1950s, 40s, late 40s look. And, when was Korea? Because that's where he died. It was mid-40s then, right? Korea War?
Well, mid-40s. I think it was like
late
52.
50s. Yeah, late 50s. Or late 40s,
it was a short
early 50s.
It was a short
one.
Right.
It's still going on. They have never signed a peace accord to end the war. But anyway, so I think they intentionally cast him because he had that World War II soldier look. Right? Clean cut, the whole 9 yards, where Miles Teller, he's all-American, boy next door, kind of goofy looking, got a little bit of, Larry the Cable Guy look to him.
I mean, it says Callum Turner was a model. That's why he started as a model.
in his bio.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'm wrong.
I can see him as a model. I mean, I think he's a handsome fella. Now, he's 35, right?
Yeah.
And Miles Teller's actually 38. He's actually older.
He doesn't look older.
I'm just saying he's actually older.
They were both really good. It's hard. Miles Teller is very good, and it's hard to kind of he has this thing that some actors have. And she's ridiculously good. Elizabeth Olsen, in everything. But Miles Teller just has like a magnetism to him. in any role. You disagree, though.
No, let's get into that, because here's my thought while watching this movie. And we watched him in The Gorge with Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yep.
And he was great in that. Now, for me, Miles came on my radar. And I know I'd seen him before, but he really came on my radar in Top Gun Maverick when he plays Rooster, which arguably is the second lead character in that movie.
Yeah.
And so here's what I don't understand. And of course, I don't have any insight and privy and all that. Maybe this is a big picture plan. But the other fellow that was in that Top Gun Maverick that really came on everybody's radar goes by the name of
Glenn what's his name? Yeah, Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Now, he's been booking stuff left and right ever since Top Gun Maverick came out. I mean, he's just, you see him in everything. I mean, he's in movies. He's got his own little series there with Chad Powers, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. It's been renewed for a second season. Why? I don't know. Yeah, I do. It's being produced by the Manning brothers. Anyway, and it's Glenn Powell. I think Miles Teller is, and again, this might be a big picture plan with his people, his team. He's married. He's got a family, so it might be part of that as well. But I think they've regulated his exposure, and they're like, you know what, you're going for a big career here, a longevity. Let's pace this out, right? Let's do one movie a year. Let's not overexpose our brand. Whereas I think Glenn Powell's brand is just, I mean, and good for him, right? Cash in while you can, and you roll the dice with the long-term career plan. But having said that, I think Miles Teller, from an actor standpoint, he possesses all of Glenn Powell's talent in his little finger.
Yeah, dude. He's nominated for Oscars. He's ridiculous. Glenn Powell is an action movie star.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I watched him in The Running Man, and I understand why people pay in that movie. It's now streaming on one of the services, Peacock or Paramount or something like that. But I watched that. That was horrible. I mean, if I was Arnold Schwarzenegger, I would be insulted by what they did with that movie. I mean, it was panned. It was panned.
Yeah.
So, and then, he's coming off of Chad Powers. Again, I don't know why it got picked up. It's horrible. It's horrible. But anyway, Miles Teller in The Gorge was incredible, opposite Anya Taylor-Joy. And he's really good in this movie, too. So, I'm just going to put it out there. And you're right. Elizabeth Olsen.
Never bad.
Never
a false note. It doesn't make... I mean, the acting overall in this was really good. The movie was really good. I enjoyed it.
All right. I watched it twice,
I did too.
All right?
And I never do.
I watched this twice, and the first time I watched it, I came away loving everything about it. I loved everything about it. The writing, which was some of the smartest writing that I have seen, because there were so many developmental rewrites on this, because and when you watch this movie, you need to pay attention to that, because they'll say something that's going to show up later, or they're going to do something later that is a reference to something that they said earlier. So it was very, very smart writing. I thought the direction on it was good. Nothing spectacular, but it was good. The only problem I had with this the first time I saw it was the fact that the junction was the art direction on it, that the junction was like a 1950s Art Deco style.
Yeah, it was a hotel
style facility. And I'm just like, but it's modern day. I mean, you would think that all those people, and there were a lot of people, in eternity, hanging out for one reason or another, they could be doing some remodeling in the last, 60 years, and they didn't, because it just as fresh as can be, and as a 1950s Art Deco style facility. But you know what? After I watched it the second time, it didn't really matter.
Yeah. I thought it was. Nothing bothered me. I really enjoyed it. It was probably like. I mean, it's very. I mean, I'm gonna give it a very good number. I'm probably gonna give it too high of a number.
I'm gonna give it a good number too.
I enjoyed it. I might watch it a third time.
Let's just get into it. What's your number?
I'm gonna go like 84.
Okay, that was my first score. When I watched this the first time, I'm giving this an 8.4, right? And then after I watched it the second time, I'm gonna knock this up to an 8.8 right behind. And this was my back and forth. People We Vacation With is my favorite movie so far this year, and I gave that an 8.9. And I asked myself, would I watch this more or People We Vacation With more? And People edges it out, so I'm going to give this an 8.8.
I don't remember what I gave that movie.
So I think you gave that like an 8.4.
This isn't.
Or was it a 7.9?
I think it was a 7.9. This should be. I gave something a higher score than that, but this should. You did. This should be up there.
Frankenstein. Oh, you get Frankenstein like an 8.7.
It's like, but it's just like Oscar fodder. It's whatever. You know what? Oh, not to get away from this. You know what? I'll bump this score up to 87 because I would watch this multiple times. In the summer, in the 90s, you have HBO. They play the same movie for 3 months. I would watch this every time.
Well, here's what I have to say. Again, this is on Apple TV, and Ted and I harp on the fact that they only put out one movie a month. But when they do, man.
Bangers.
Boom. Out of the park.
Big budget. I mean, this didn't have as big a budget as I thought it would.
And I didn't read the numbers on that. What was it?
It was a $12 or $14 million budget, made $34 million at the box office.
Right. It was one of those quick releases so they could get in, and everybody ate it up because it was great. They probably could have stayed there at the box office longer, in the theater longer. Had they not, this was an Apple thing. Mm-hmm. So you got to get into the theater, get a little conversation, water cooler talk about it, pull it, and then that way you can get that Oscar or these award nominations, and then you put it on your streaming service. But it just dropped. I mean, like this last week on Apple TV.
I was so glad you sent me this because you were going to make me watch that British movie.
I'm still going to watch it.
I'm so glad you sent me this.
They didn't promote this. I mean, our team here at Streaming Without a Paddle, they spend anywhere from 10 to 20 hours a week just combing to find out what's coming on. I'm not kidding you. And collectively. And this just popped up the day before it was released. Mm-hmm. In any kind of promotional. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So that's one reason Ted and I are here talking about it. Okay, if you got Apple TV, I'll tell you what. If you've got two people in the room, go do your free subscribe on it. Put your card down. If you forget, the worst is going to be you're charged for a month and cancel the thing. Because this is worth the price of admission at a theater.
Yeah.
And I think Apple TV is $12.99 a month now. Mm-hmm. And, I don't plug these companies, and but for $12.99 a month with Apple TV, because they do, as you kids say, put out a banger every month.
Yep. And
there's always two of us watching. You know what? That's worth the price of a ticket.
I agree.
For two. So I'm all in on Apple TV just for that reason. So, and they put out good series too.
Yeah.
And they do that more frequently.
Yeah, Shrinking. People love that.
Right. and Severance. That's another one. I think Severance, cleaned up at the Golden Globes, I think it was, or the Emmys, one of the two.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm an 8.8, just one decimal point behind People We Vacation With, or Meet on Vacation, excuse me. Ted bumped his up to on air live. You saw it happen. Yeah, the Metamorphosis up to from an 8.4 to an 8.7. So I'm a watch.
Oh, watch 100%.
100%. Yeah, this is a real good movie. A real good movie. It's fun because it makes you think about the afterlife.
Right. Exactly.
And I don't care how old you are. At some point, I think you think about this.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm thinking about it more and more since my dad passed. There's this mortality thing that really hits you after somebody very close to you leaves you. And, and so I mean, I'm like, I want to do life now.
Yeah, I feel you. I also should say I just thought of this, and then I'll give you my throwback.
Yeah.
I could also very easily get stuck in early 2000s land. Like 2003.
Okay.
I'd be good to go, buddy. I would be having a good old time.
Yeah, I don't think I really care what. Well, yeah, I do. I guess I don't think I want to be in medieval Spain.
Oh no. I want it to be where the internet is on the internet is useful, but it's not on my phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think texting was like 04. I was in grad school in 2004 to 2007. I don't remember texting being a thing for the first bit.
I don't know if it really matters at that point, though. You're in an eternity. I mean, who are you going to communicate with?
That's true.
I mean, I really don't. I think I would like to be in Spain, now that you bring it up. I'd like to be in Spain. Now, I was there in the year 2000. And that was pretty sweet because, we didn't have a lot of super technology. The internet existed, obviously, but YouTube wasn't YouTube and all that. So the life over there was pretty sweet when I was there. So, early 2000s.
I feel that.
Yeah. So, anyway, all right. Ted's going to do his rewind, not throwback. Rewind.
Sorry, rewind.
Rewind. Be kind. Rewind.
My rewind is the movie Daylight, starring Sylvester Stallone. It came out in 96, I believe. It is currently streaming on Amazon. It just got added. It's a pretty fun action movie from the 90s about a group of people that get stuck in, I believe, like the Holland Tunnel, or one of them, they collapse, and it's going to fill with water, and they're all going to die, and they got to get out and find daylight. That's the movie.
There you go. That's it.
That's it.
It's Stallone. I just pulled it up. It's got a wonderful Rotten Tomato score. I'm not going there, but I am going to back up here. All right. Ted and I, obviously, we gave great scores on this movie, Eternity, and I think rightfully so. The verified viewer audience on this gave it a 9. So we're right there with them.
Yeah.
That's how good. Now our snooty critics, I guess I can't be too hard on them because they gave Melania a 7. Or 0.7, actually. 7%.
Yeah.
They gave this a 7.6. So that's a good score. And this has got over 1,000 verified viewer ratings on it at a 9. So there we go. And real quick, I do want to say this too. This movie was this is going to be a big deal for the director and co-writer of it, David Freeney. I hope I'm saying that right.
I don't know how he got this.
He co-wrote it.
No, I know, but I don't know how he got to direct it. He hasn't directed anything huge.
That's why I was saying this, because,
and he's British.
This guy really doesn't have a lot of things under his belt, as they say. Big movie wise, I mean, he's done a number of things. He's got looks like close to a dozen things popping up here under his director critic as a movie, but nothing's huge.
No,
this is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Or will be the biggest thing to date. So I'm going to say, and more importantly, did a good job directing this. No question. But as a writer, holy smokes, this is an extremely well written script. Mm-hmm. This is kind of one of those things that when Oscar time comes around, another cycle for it. And I pointed it out during the show. I hope that's not overlooked because this is one of the smartest storytelling scripts that I have watched in a long time.
I think it did get overlooked.
Because of the you're probably right.
No, it did get overlooked.
It would have qualified,
the same 7 movies got nominated for everything.
November of 2025 is when it premiered at its premiere. Yeah, no, this is a smartly written script. I mean, I was blown away by all the little nuanced storytelling things that they foreshadowed and that they flashed back on. I just was blown away by that. All right. Yeah, this should have been best original script. All right. Anything else, Ted?
Nope.
Again, we're both watches on this Apple TV.
Big watch.
1 hour, 54 minutes. And I'm going to do a short on the Night Manager.
Okay.
With Tom Hiddleston.
Okay.
Hiddleston. That is an amazing series. That's on Prime.
Okay.
But I'll do a short on that.
I can do a short on Fallout since I finished all of it.
Well, here is, please do. And here's the thing, too, is my wife has fallen in love with Emily.
In Paris?
No, the actress from People We Meet on Vacation.
Oh,
you're going to hear a lot of about that this year, I'm sure, because it's the gold standard as far as I'm concerned so far. Anyway, she was in a series called Lady Jane.
Okay.
And so my wife dug that out. We watched it. It did not get renewed for a second season, which I'm really surprised because I thought it was a pretty good series. It was probably because of budget constraints because it's a period piece. It's back in the medieval times. So, yeah, but it's more fairy tale medieval.
I hate the medieval stuff. I hate it. The dragons and the people.
Well, maybe I'm not medieval. It's back in the
1800s.
Very, very early 1800s, if not late 1700s. So, but it's a very good movie or series. So that's what I've been up to.
Okay.
All right,
dude.
I think we're good.
Okay, cool.
As always, everybody, I'm going to look in the camera here and I'm going to tell you thank you so much. Tell your family, your friends, and to listen to the show. We appreciate your support because we're growing every day and it's just amazing. Having said that, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.